What do you get when you put two Minnesotans and a guy from Wisconsin together? Twist. The Week in Sports Talk. Get ready for some sports chatter where there's sure to be laughing, arguing, and maybe even crying. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Reeves, Matt Benz, and Greg Green Bay Bauman.
We've been doing this for way too long.
Woo!
That's all that clip shows.
Twist. I know, it's like
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I don't know, like 10 years younger.
Oh, you've aged like the president. Dude.
I even shaved off the beard and I still don't look young enough.
I think the beard almost made you look like younger.
No, the beard,
it didn't.
The beard made me look 10 years older and chubbier.
Well,
No.
beards do that. Why do you think I only rock the bussy?
Yeah.
Because fucking golly, I could barely stand to look at myself. to
No,
begin
the
with.
beard was lovely, and you ruined my life when you cut it.
Mike says that about both of us. I think he wants us to
Well,
come off husky.
I mean, I get it.
No, it does.
You
he
like
can't,
us- you like
he
us
can't
chubby.
come off husky. Look at him.
You like us chubby.
Well, the thing is everyone that after I shaved, everyone loved the beard, hated that I
Yeah.
shaved it, but no one has to maintain it.
I
I never-
understand.
I understand.
You were going for a certain look,
Yeah.
a certain style, and you gave up on it.
Rick
Yeah.
Ross.
So
almost had.
I mean, just
You were
I
there.
get it. It takes time. It takes maintenance. That's part of beard ownership, and you weren't equipped to
and
do
what
it.
was-
And that's
what-
okay.
I realized I didn't want it when I was sitting in a hot tub and I like went down to chin level and I started going like this.
Yeah.
And I was actually getting like
Foam.
like you could feel it. It was so thick. It was like causing me like all the friction,
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
you call it, with the water shear.
It's definitely a shield.
Yeah.
It protects.
That's
your
the great
face.
thing about being a guy is we can.
Yeah.
Well, not all guys
No,
can,
but all Greggy needs to know.
but
is
us three
that-
can.
Greg, yeah, that's all Greggy needed to know was that if he wanted to,
Yes.
he could.
Right.
Yes.
That's
That's
it.
all I cared about.
Check it.
Yeah.
Check it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So we are episode 89. We're taking a step back
Is
in the
that what it was?
future. Twist.
I thought it was 98.
Nope. 89. How would you know?
I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Just-
We obsess about different things, Mike. and what
Episode
Mike-
89.
you would-
Home Alone. Why
Home
is
Alone.
it called Home Alone? Well, because this poor little episode got lost. Home Alone. Why we just went on with our lives
It's the lost tapes.
and forgot about it. I was creating some art on YouTube for all of our past episodes,
thumbnails.
thumbnail art.
Yep.
And realized we went straight from 88 to 90. So I told the boys, I said, we
Got to clock back in.
we got to clock back in one more episode of Twist.
and you'll really see how different the shows are.
Well, we are going to hit some sports for once. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, we need to. Oh man. I'm
yeah.
just
I mean, the other
draining.
stuff's
I'm just
draining, but
draining. Oh,
we might hit on that too. Who
it's
knows?
all good.
But we just basically do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Bill
welcome
Howard.
in episode 89, the last
Twist
episode of Twist. I did have a weird statement, and I wanted to get your guys' take on it real quick.
Oh,
So, why do packages on a ship, why is it called cargo? And why are packages on a car called shipments?
That would
Isn't
be
it a shipment of cargo?
No.
On a ship.
They call it cargo on a ship.
well, it's the same reason why you would park in a driveway and drive on a parkway.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
Why though?
I don't know why is it I before E except after C, or
Yeah.
the 20 examples anyone could come up with.
Yeah,
That's just
it's
what happened.
It's weird. It's mind blowing.
Sure.
Honestly,
Yeah.
kept me up at night
I
last.
believe
night.
it did.
Yeah.
It had your mind blown. I
It
bet.
did. I just couldn't.
Those are things though that
Sure.
that really
Yeah.
you make you wonder, like it's like that type of stuff makes you wonder.
It
When
does.
in the world of sports, things that bother me are things that are like universally accepted but are inaccurate.
Right.
Like if I ask you, name me the Mount Rushmore of Minnesota sports or the Vikings or NFL,
Yeah.
what would you come up with? A list of what?
Players,
Of what type of players?
black.
No, just be general. The best four, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mount Rushmore was never designed to be the best four presidents.
Oh yeah.
They're the four presidents that represented different stages in American history: the Revolution, the Expansion, the Emancipation, all that. So it has nothing to do with the
I
best.
wouldn't have known that, Greg.
Me
You just
neither.
taught me
Yeah.
something.
God, you fucking historian.
See,
And-
that's great.
And the other one that bothers, so it's like if you wanted to come up with a Mount Rushmore of NBA,
Yeah, it would be
you would
when
have
the
like
changes were made.
you would have Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in one spot before you would have Michael Jordan.
Right.
You know, and
Well, based on what?
based on what Mount Rushmore was
Okay.
designed for.
Yes.
You know, just and the other thing that bothers me is the misuse of the acronym GOAT. GOAT by design is the greatest of all time.
Mhm.
You can't be one of many GOATs. You can't be one of the GOATs. You can't be the GOAT of this. And the problem with that I have with it is, as a society, we feel like we have to name someone.
Well,
You don't have to have a GOAT. The
Yeah.
only sport I believe that has a GOAT, there's only two sports I believe that have a GOAT.
Oh, but you just.
Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky.
But you're going against what you just said.
No, but they're the GOAT of
The
basketball.
sport.
Okay,
of NBA.
so you can have a goat of a sport.
You
There's
can.
not just one goat
But-
But yeah, you don't know. There has to be one. That's the
of the
greatest,
sport.
or,
Yeah.
or whatever your subject is.
Okay,
You
that's
you can have
again, Greg. I'm getting lost.
Oh, so you thought it was like
Well,
the
the way
dot.
he said it, there's only one goat.
for,
period.
Oh.
per
Period.
subject. I'm sorry. Per
Okay.
subject.
Okay.
genre.
Like I would
Got it.
say the GOAT of Minnesota Twins
Yeah,
would be Kirby Puckett.
sure.
But you could make the argument because you grew up in a different era,
you-
Harmon Killebrew,
Are you trying to
whatever.
piss me
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
Greg?
You know,
You know, I don't like Curb.
I know, but Kirby's my favorite.
That's
But
happening.
you know, so
I can't
I'm
deny
trying
it.
to,
It
I'm
is
trying to keep it
Kirby.
local. But my thing is you don't have to have a GOAT.
Yeah.
Baseball does not have a GOAT because Babe Ruth wouldn't even make an MLB roster right now.
The goat is currently playing in the World
and
Series.
and I think that as time goes on, they're gonna say that. But I mean, right now, I think first of all, Granny played against the Brewers, so I got to I watched the game with an interest.
Sure.
even though you're a Twins fan.
Yeah, well, yeah, I grew up in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
What I find so funny is everyone talked the next day after that game and talked about how great is this, all that. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
But he got the MVP. He didn't do shit in the first three games.
Just the last game.
I mean, it was like an hour
Clutch.
before the game started. It
Yeah.
was, is he going to actually show up in the playoffs?
yeah.
He hits 10 strikeouts, greatest pitching, blah, blah, all,
Yeah, yeah.
greatest game ever. But now he's the MVP of the series.
Yep.
I mean, they could have lost all three of those games with the way he played.
And the sad part about baseball is that with the Dodgers specifically, you could fucking put a name in a hat and pull it out.
Yeah.
Like it's murder's row.
Although they did get crushed last night,
Yeah.
which
but
is
I
gonna
mean,
it's just gonna make it fun.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
It's,
not-
good for the series.
Yeah.
It's not going to mean
yeah,
much.
you can get a game on them, but the problem is they got arms that they didn't even use all season until the
Yeah.
playoffs. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
they have it like that.
Yeah.
So it's just no salary cap is a wonderful thing when you got owners that want to win.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Enough baseball talk. It's so boring.
It's so good, dude.
But
It's not.
it is the best example to bring up when you talk about GOAT, because everybody lives in this mythical world where Babe Ruth is the greatest of all time, and he's not.
Yeah.
And if Babe Ruth was alive today, he would say he's not.
He's my goat. He was a womanizing drunk. God, that guy was
Smoking
sweet.
cigars on the field.
Yeah,
Different
he,
time.
he was just, he'd be canceled.
It was
So quick today.
It's funny they made this new stat, right? So obviously football was different early, 60s, 70s, 80s. It was a different game. Okay. So now they are able to compare quarterbacks back then with quarterbacks now, because obviously quarterbacks didn't throw for as many yards back then. They didn't throw for as many touchdowns because it was ground and pound. So they can like comp them, and everybody will say like, oh, like Troy Aikman wasn't very good, but it was a different style of football, and compared to today, he would have been compared to the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? It's so interesting to think about.
Well, you know who
football.
has more stats than Troy Aikman, who is labeled a game manager, but technically on paper a better quarterback?
Who?
Brad Johnson.
Bradley Johnson.
Super Bowl quarterback winning Brad
I
Johnson.
remember him. That was me when I was.
But
a
I mean,
youngster.
about as bland as you
Yeah.
can get, but on pay, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
I think the thing with Troy Aikman that fascinated so many people was, like, physically, he is exactly what any coach in the history of the world would say, I want my quarterback to look
So
like
he was
that.
Andy Luck.
What's that?
So he was Andrew Luck.
No, he's better. I mean, he was more muscular than Andrew Luck. He was but I just think that physically,
Sure.
when you see like, oh, they need this arm or this guy's legs, you want Troy Aikman's body.
Face of America's team.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it has nothing to do with marketing. It has to do with the fact that he was 6'4", 220 pounds of solid muscle.
Yeah.
Could move, but didn't have to.
Right.
It was like he was Peyton Manning before Peyton Manning.
I think Greg would argue the Packers are America's team.
They are,
and not the Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
I think a lot of people actually would argue that.
I think that there's two arguments to be made for America's team, and another one's the Cowboys. It's the Steelers and the Packers, and you have to do it based on how well they travel, how well they and because here's the thing, name me the Packer bar. I mean, name me the Cowboy bar in Minneapolis. There isn't one. Sure. There's a Packer bar in every major city in America.
Sure.
I forgot what the name of it is in Hopkins, but there's more than one of them. But they're bars that openly promote and advertise that they will play the Packer game on Sunday.
Unless you're Las Vegas, you're right, Greg. There's not specific areas.
The bummer that the Green Bay Packers
teams.
I see now as like a team, and why I would say currently they're not America's team, is just because you talk to kids and all the kids want is the glitz, the glamour, and the flash. This year, that isn't the Green Bay Packers. They're winning and they're assault. But when it comes to like, who is the offensive threat?
But
you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, but the point of America's team isn't it doesn't fluctuate from season to season, coach to coach, team to team. It's America's team, period, of all time. The GOAT, right?
Yeah, I think like what you're looking at, Matt, is every era has a team that if you don't have a favorite team, that's the team you're going to go to. Mm-hmm. Now it's obviously the Chiefs because they have so much they go outside of the world of sports with Kelsey. Right. Before this, it was Tom Brady, and the Patriots. There's always every era's had a team, but I don't know why, because Jerry Jones marketed them America's team. They've just been default.
He did a great job.
Absolutely.
Was Dallas even part of the core beginning?
No, they didn't come around to the 60s.
They were, and I'm not here to highlight Green Bay. Fuck you guys. Okay, but I'm just breaking down facts, right? I mean, it's literally they were an original. The trophy you win in the Super Bowl is called what?
Lombardi.
Who was who?
The coach of the Packers.
Right. I mean, these are just foundational bricks for the NFL. But I mean, toot to Jerry Jones because he's still making billions off a team that's been irrelevant since the 90s.
As the number one sports team, right? Like to own,
yeah.
Like value wise,
I think it's either them or the Yankees
or the Dodgers.
No, they're not even close. No, it's like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then you got to get into like. I think the Patriots are up there.
I think the Indiana Fever are pretty close too.
They're right up there.
Yeah. Steamrolling. That's high bucks.
I mean, so there is some major sports news. I want to start by going back though with Pete Rose and how he was blackballed and kicked out of the Major League Baseball for life, right? He's dead, still not in the Hall of Fame.
Won't be,
Yeah, he will be. Which he will be. They'll give it to him now that he's
nobody
dead.
Will even remember him enough.
Which is why they'll let him in.
I don't think so.
I think that all you need to do is get rid of these old fogey writers. Once you get rid of these guys who knew him, he'll get in.
No, at some point he will get in. But he also bet on baseball.
Yep.
He never bet on his team. There were no prop bets back there. He wasn't doing anything in his game or with his team to manipulate. He just bet on baseball. And was blackballed for life.
I'm pretty sure he bet on his team, but he only ever bet on his team to win.
Yes, which is actually the biggest problem because it was teaching the betting community that if he wasn't betting on them, it was the same as betting against them.
Sure.
That's where the argument lies.
Okay. Well, that's a good point. I didn't know that.
But he was betting.
He was betting
cheddar cheese.
So I don't know what's more crazy out of this NBA story with all of the basketball. The actual story behind it and what's going on, or the fact that the mafia is still prevalent.
Four families still around.
I mean, here's a real, the media they're liars. They basically told us that the mafia is non-existent. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. The Gambinos are back, baby.
Yeah. Tell that to New York.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's a lot easier to launder money nowadays, and people don't recognize that. You know, you have cryptocurrency, you have all these things that you can launder money really easily. And not only that, but now you have legal sports gambling in the state of in most how many states?
38.
38. Okay, so it's just like wherever there is money to be made, people are finding different ways to make it. Of course, why wouldn't you? It's brilliant. The Chauncey Billups side of things with the poker games and stuff like that, idiotic. Been going on for a long time.
He's on two sides of that.
Yeah,
they
it's
don't know.
interwoven, right?
They're not. His lawyer hasn't come out and said it if he was a mark or if he was.
Oh, he was the dude. I've heard other stories. Well, of the poker.
Yeah,
I just know that between there's multiple locations where they had this, charitable poker game, and there was tons of poker stars that would go to this and play in it, and all the poker stars would sit there and say the reason why we know how it was rigged is because you would have people, if you know anything about poker, you'd have people sucking out and throwing in their chips because they got these glasses on and they can see the cards and what they are and what they're going up against. And then all the poker players and all the people that know about poker are losing their money, and that's how it always went. Like, the sharks are coming in and they're not winning any of the money.
Well, the way the story was laid down too was, hey, here's your chance to come play with a former NBA All-Star.
Yeah.
So I don't think Chauncey was the fish. I think he was grooming these people to come in. They needed the celebrity, the face, to bring these people in with their money. It's like, I'm a millionaire. I'm bored. Oh, I can go throw some cards around with Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
That was the saddening news is I don't care about the other two.
Well,
Chauncey was a T-Wolf,
Sure.
What?
Shit.
God damn it, Mike.
That's
Meatloaf.
The tough part about it all is that everybody already had this thought of the NBA being kind of rigged. At least I did.
Yeah.
You see the drafts and how the number one picks have worked out over the last decade.
Blasphemous.
And you kind of see like you have under a 1% chance in Dallas to have the number one pick this last draft. They get Cooper. It's just interesting. So you already have that, and then you see more of like this, and then you see clips of Chauncey Billups coaching Portland. They go on. This is a great clip. They were down by 8 with 2.5 minutes left. Portland just went on a 10-0 run. Chauncey takes out his 2 leading scorers in the game for the last 2.5 minutes.
Keep in mind, though, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Chauncey Billups is not in any way linked to shaving points. He's just linked to the poker thing.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Really?
is.
No, he's not. He's linked to both.
I thought he was linked to both, Greg.
They're saying that because it's Damon Jones and what's his name?
Okay, okay.
Damon Jones is the one who is calling up people saying so-and-so is not playing, and that's where you started to learn that that LeBron James was listed as like player number 8. Or
that's another curveball of this whole thing because LeBron.
Well, and they said though that they said that based on the evidence they have,
he's not charged. Here it is. According to federal indictments unsealed in October 2025, Chauncey Billups is not charged with shaving points in NBA games. However, he is connected to the wider gambling investigation through 2 separate allegations: one for participating in rigged poker games, and another for allegedly leaking inside information about an NBA game.
Yeah, he's the unnamed conspirator alleged to the league plan to lose a game. So it is both. It's not.
Well, they don't have him with the Terry Rozier.
No, it's
thing
not part of that.
Yeah, that's what.
But it's not just the poker.
He's in a lot of shit.
Terry Rozier was getting bags of cash dropped off on his doorstep. And the thing is, Damon Jones is going to die because unfortunately, because he was giving out information that wasn't panning out.
Right.
And then the mafia was coming up to him and like, you got to make this right. We don't lose.
Yeah.
Right.
It might
that's
be gambling for everyone else.
They talk about Damon Jones, and then you see, the night before the decision for LeBron, who was his right-hand man, Damon Jones.
Wasn't Damon Jones the guy who was accused of sleeping with LeBron's mom?
He's like homeless now. Delonte West.
Yeah,
that's it.
But like Damon Jones is very connected to LeBron James, and it's like, okay. And then everybody says about a lot of these people that are injured and missing lots of time throughout the NBA season, well, now they're starting conspiracy that it's not injuries, it's more of the suspensions, just like Jordan when he went and played baseball, like these under the table suspensions that are injuries.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's all just rigged. I think you got some bad apples that are doing some bad things.
I mean, silver.
I don't think it's rigged. I think it's a lot easier to rig NBA than any other sport because there's less players and one player can have so much more of an impact.
Sure.
I mean, look at what we were just talking about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani didn't do shit in the first 3 games, comes out, plays out of his mind in the fourth, and gets the MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with the NFL and the rigged is I think the worst part of what they're doing with these penalties is asking for assistance or New York.
Oh, yeah. They're having
that was the worst call with the Lions and the Chiefs is they had to wait a minute and a half because New York called and reversed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, even with Hawkinson's touchdown.
Yeah.
It was a New York call reversal. They say it's for the betterment of the game. I think they're rigging it.
No, they make too much money. It's not a league thing. They make too much money to rig it. It's not. There's no way you can convince me that the league has a say, as any influence on that.
Sure.
Individual players, I'm not that naive, but there's no way the league does. They make way too much money, and they would turn into professional wrestling overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. This ain't the XFL. This is the NFL.
Yeah. A lot of distrust and a lot of fucking really big institutions right now.
Yeah.
That's the shitty part. Everybody's conspiracy theorist because a lot of it's coming true.
Yeah.
So it's just like freaking A. But yeah, Viking season, we'll dip into that real quick. I had them at 8 wins this year. What happened? I got way too excited. And then now we're back to reality, which is great. The biggest thing right now that people want to talk about is JJ McCarthy. They say that it's a soft bench. They say that he hasn't been injured. He's not ready. Who's your boy on Pro Football Talk?
Mike Florio.
He's just says that JJ's a bum. They just need to admit that they were wrong and move on. It's so interesting how the NFL wants to fail young quarterbacks.
Yep.
It's so interesting how, like, if you're not a fan and it's not your team and you're looking in from the outside, everyone is saying, even Big Mike here, our sponsor at Absolute Sports Cards, is saying they got to play him. What are they doing? They got to play this kid. They got to see what they got. If you don't think that they are seeing what they got already, what is the rush for putting in a young quarterback if you don't want him to lose confidence? If you want him to be 100%, you look at all the quarterbacks that have had the most success, they've not started right off the rip. And the ones that did make a big splash, CJ Stroud, pumpkin.
Jaden Daniels having a worse year, getting hurt a lot.
Yeah, and you just see it. And everybody wants Patrick Mahomes or draft another guy. If you don't get Patrick Mahomes, draft another guy. And it's not it. Now, am I worried about JJ McCarthy? No, because we've won games with Kirk Cousins. We've won games with Sam Darnold, who is just fine, serviceable quarterbacks. I'm not worried about it. Carson Wentz, though, tough to watch.
Carson Wentz should have never been on the field. He was hurt.
He shouldn't have been on the field last game.
Yeah. Last game.
Yeah,
yes.
He was.
I mean, when you would watch him throw, he obviously throws with the other hand.
Yeah.
But when you watch him throw, how he would wince every time.
It was painful. It was painful to watch.
Carson
Wentz. But keep in mind, we were talking about two Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yep.
Prototypical. We mentioned him earlier in the show, or I did. Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Two of the worst rookie campaigns in the history of the
100%.
NFL. Peyton Manning every year always says, I wouldn't mind if someone breaks my rookie interception record.
Right.
He threw like 27 interceptions.
Right.
And it's like, you gotta just throw him out there. I have nothing against JJ McCarthy. What I do know is that he's never going to make it to the Hall of Fame sitting on the bench. You got to let him get out there.
He will. He's going to be out there next game.
Yeah.
And to Matt's point, what we've seen on the field all year from the Minnesota Vikings is we do not our offensive line has never been healthy at the same time. Maybe
Yeah.
for a glimpse, and then somebody got out. All they're doing is getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Wentz is hurt because they've attacked him every single game
Yeah.
Mhm.
and continue to. McCarthy got a high ankle sprain because they don't have any time. So yeah, a high ankle sprain by a doctor is 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks for a high ankle sprain. So to sit there and say he's not injured, was he healthy Thursday night to play? Probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, is that a tough environment, primetime game against, you know, the defending world champions? Yeah. If I'm the coach, I'm going to give him another week, let him actually practice for a week, and he will play.
Well, and that's the thing is I hate it when people, because the comparison that was brought up on national radio this week when it was, should they play JJ? Well, they put Jackson Dart out there against the Eagles and he won. Sorry, there's a little bit of a difference between the Giants coaching staff trying to hold on to their jobs
Right.
and being coached by the reigning coach of the year.
Right.
You have a little bit of ability to you have time on your side
Yeah.
with the
exactly.
Vikings.
Correct.
You know, they had no choice in New York.
That's the thing. Yeah. The hope gets to people.
Yeah.
Well, and the hope's dead for the year, and that's just
Yeah.
you can't be. There's so many fans out there that just want to blow it all up, and I used to be that.
But that's the crazy part is the record doesn't show last year, but we are trending. It's trusting the process, but I can see that it is trending in the right spot. Is there still holes? Definitely.
That's what happens, and that's what really shines a light on where you can't draft is when you have this great plan. We're not going to re-sign Sam Darnold.
Yep.
We're going to put that money into our offense and our defensive line.
Yeah.
But you can't draft, so there's no real depth. You're going all in on the free agent plan, which really hasn't panned out.
Would you guys be okay if you got to your car and the top story on the local news was that they fired Kwesi? Because, and then I'm going to be close on the number, but I heard this, like in the past 3 years, Kwesi's drafts.
Yep.
15 draft picks. If you count JJ McCarthy, they have 3 starters.
Mhm.
One of them is the punter.
Sure.
And JJ.
Sure.
So it's like, would you be okay if they said, you
And
know what, we
Addison,
have the right coach. We have the right coach. No one. I'm a Packer fan. I would fight anybody that said that KOC is not a good coach.
Yeah,
great coach.
Great coach.
I think that Kwesi is an idiot when it comes to draft analysis and general managing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's taking guys and assuming they'll just fit in this spot. I don't think he understands the sport well enough.
No, I wouldn't be upset. I do like his free agent stuff, but that's a lot of giving your coaches freedom and less on him.
Yeah.
You know, who do you want?
Yeah.
Who do you want me to target? Who fits your system? And then I'll go try and acquire them. I don't think that's all him being a genius.
He
tends to hit on free agents.
To that aspect, I mean, him and KOC get along so well.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say it would be a surprise to me because once again, it's KOC's ship. And if you got a guy who KOC feels comfortable with and who appears to be going to get players that his staff wants. Okay.
Yeah, but
we've never been good at drafting, Greggy.
No,
Rick Spielman hit a lot.
Missed a lot.
But see, Rick,
but he still hit.
Sure.
The thing,
and he hit late.
I know.
The thing with Rick Spielman, though, is Rick Spielman had so many 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round
saying.
picks that when they hit,
yeah,
you look like a genius.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. He sprayed and prayed.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. I think it's just tough with any franchise. Look at, I mean, you've got teams that there's been so many draft picks by teams that draft pick could have been as good as it should have been. But for some reason, these teams they don't have the staff to make these plays happen. I mean, look at who's some of the running backs? Travion Henderson. Crickets. Right?
Yeah, not doing anything.
You know what I mean? All these studs that were in the first round of fantasy drafts this year. What happened? You know what I mean?
Okay, here's my question for you guys. What's the problem? Whose fault is it? Dallas Turner. Is he just not a good player?
Well, Dallas Turner also got drafted in one of the worst defensive drafts.
That doesn't matter.
No, I think he is a good player.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't an Alabama guy that gets drafted in the first round and immediately,
So you're saying that he was probably a high second round pick.
he was a second, third round pick. He needed a couple years to develop. You saw flashes in his rookie year. I think he got in the doghouse a little bit and was more a rotation guy, but he's starting this year. Is he ever going to be, Will Anderson and make the Pro Bowl and be defensive player of the year?
How many picks did
No.
we have last year? 3, 4?
We didn't have much.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
I think
though?
it's-
So I'm just saying, like, that's another thing. Queasy has really kind of said, fuck the picks.
His first year, he traded our, I think, 12th overall pick to Detroit, who drafted Jamison Williams,
Yeah.
moved back in the first round, then moved out of the first round, I believe, with the trade to the Packers.
Yeah.
And they drafted Christian
Watson.
Watson.
Yeah.
But he was a second round pick, wasn't he?
Christian Watson was upper second round pick.
Okay, so
yeah.
they traded back a couple times to end up getting a guy who I don't even know his name. He was a bust. He's not even in the NFL.
Yeah.
When you had a chance to get a 6'6" tackle, Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
The biggest one was the safety from
the what ifs
the
are always
Ravens. Well, no, but you draft your guy.
there. Yeah.
Stop moving back twice to get some thirds and some force and this and that. When you have a top 12 pick, your percentage of hitting is much higher.
If you're picking a Super Bowl winner today, who are you picking?
The Chiefs.
God, I hate that.
Well, so do I, but you
Yeah, I
told me to
hate
pick
that.
a winner, and all they're doing is they're on the rise.
Oh, I know.
And again, they have
I
an
know.
elite defense,
Yep.
and their offense
I know.
looks probably the best it has in 3 years. They hit on Xavier Worthy. They got Rashee Rice back, who's a monster. Travis Kelce's a little less
And you
worried
know
about
they're- and
Taylor Swift this year than he was last
Well,
year.
they're going to add somebody too. That's the worst part. They're going to add. They're going to be buyers. They're
I'm
going
sure.
to add.
So yeah, today I would say that I'd put my money on the Chiefs.
What about you?
Well, my heart wants the Colts. I just want it. I want it so bad.
Yeah.
I love JT. I love a lot of those guys. And not only that, but they've just been so shitty and so inconsistent. And you see like guys like Pittman and guys that have just been there in the suck, and it's like,
It'd be a
I
good
like the story.
Yep.
I love that. That's who, but if I was going to pick, I'm going to say that the Bills finally do it.
Yeah, that's I mean, if it's not the Packers, obviously,
Sure.
I would pick the Packers, but if it can't be the Packers, I would love for it to be the Bills.
You
Yeah.
think the Packers have a shot?
I think the
They're the
Packers
number
have a
one
shot.
seed. They're the number one seed right now.
I think they have a shot.
It's week 8, Greg.
Yeah, but
You still got to beat A-Rod here Sunday night.
yeah,
I like
That
that.
ain't happening.
Where's it at?
it's at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be cold. Who cares?
Did you believe Aaron's comments that it's not a
No ill will. No revenge game.
no revenge game?
No, because honestly, I mean, Rob Demoski was talking about this earlier in the week. It's not this. Everyone wants it to be
Yep.
the same as Favre.
Of course.
It's not.
No.
Rodgers just wanted to keep playing, but he doesn't want to be consumed by football. Whereas Brett Favre wanted the sun to rise and set based on his desire to play football in that exact moment.
Hell yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is about so much more,
Yeah.
and football gives him the platform to do that.
Right.
As a Packer fan, I can tell you right now that people were so much more vindictive towards Brett Favre than they ever were about Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
yeah.
leaving.
Yeah.
So when Aaron Rodgers says that, and then he comes out later and says, when I finally do retire, I will retire as a Packer.
Of course.
And he said that this week.
Sure.
So, yeah, no, I absolutely believe
Yeah,
that he
I
doesn't
believe
think it's a revenge game. I think that honestly, he's looking forward to it to trade jerseys with,
I think
Jordan Love.
I
and-
think there's still obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers. He wants to win the game.
yeah.
He wants to beat the Pack. Like, not out of spite, but just because you used to be there. You
Well,
want to beat the guy, the heir apparent.
You also want to be on
You know
that
what I mean?
short list of quarterbacks that are Tom Brady and Peyton Manning that beat every NFL team.
That's what I'm saying.
The reason I asked is because that story was so prevalent in the news this week.
Oh, yeah.
And they play the clip. And I think it's funny that like Mike Greenberg came out. Oh, he's absolutely lying. It's like if you listen to him, he sounds very authentic. And he's, he goes on the McAfee show and blasts people and
Oh, yeah.
organizations.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
so
He has
yeah,
no
I
filter.
think if it's a revenge game, he's gonna come out and say, yeah, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Like, but he doesn't feel that way. So to blow it up into this story, like, it's just stupid.
The thing about Aaron Rodgers is like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, those guys are going to come off to the sidelines, look at their MacBook
Yeah.
and break down the last defense.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has just as much likelihood in that moment when he was single to look at his phone and see if he's got any Tinder matches.
Right.
He's
He's a married man.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's like he has so many things that consume his mind other than football,
Right.
which people don't want to accept.
No.
But I think that after he retires, you won't hear a peep from him for at least 2 years.
Yeah, he'll disappear.
Because he'll be like in Australia doing some,
Yeah.
doing some
Ayahuasca.
walkabout.
Yeah.
He'll be doing a walkabout like through with the Aborigines.
Yeah. I love that.
As he should.
It's dialed in.
Yeah.
I like it.
You guys got any Halloween plans?
Yeah, I'm going to Screamtown tonight.
Is that Valley Fair?
Nope. Screamtown is out in Carver.
It's
That's
own entity.
That's
Yep,
the
so it's like 6 different attractions inside,
yeah. We went there a couple weeks ago.
fast passes.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like different haunted houses. It's a whole little town. What I find funny is when you type it into your GPS, it says
Yeah.
it's in Chaska. But when you leave the furthest west exit in Chaska, it's still 10 more miles.
Yeah, Carver.
So it's like when I had to go get Olivia from homecoming, and I'm like, this isn't 45 minutes away. This is an hour and 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
I'm like on the phone with Olivia. You're gonna need to get a ride
it's
home.
tight. Yeah. What about you, Mikey?
Well, I got a party tonight.
Oh, that's right, dude.
Wait, whose party?
JB's.
I thought that was last weekend.
Shout out JB.
Yep. So
One love.
he does an annual Halloween party. We were unable to go last year because Shani was sick with a baby inside.
Yeah, bun in the
Bun in the oven.
Yeah.
So we're going this year. I won't reveal because this show is live.
Yeah.
And
because it's a surprise.
it is a surprise. Well, yeah, people don't want to reveal what they got going on.
I didn't know that.
So, one couple knows. Well, Stino knows because I made him tell me. And then he goes, well, what are you guys going to be? I said, I'm not going to fucking tell you. And he goes, dude,
What up,
dude. But then I told him I wasn't going to be
You
a
Charlie
complete-
Browned him.
Yeah.
Football away.
Well, he's Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he is. He
Is he
is.
really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. She's Lucy.
Oh, that's
fucking
funny.
gold.
Yeah. It's good.
Blew your
Sorry, I
cover.
just put
Sorry.
you guys on blast.
That's
Hopefully nobody watches.
That
that's-
was a total get. That was a whole reference to the football.
I
being pulled
understand
away.
it was. That's
Wow.
why I had to say it. I had to say it. 'cause
That's awesome.
You completely guessed it.
Wow.
Greggy, you hand out candy? You hand out candy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll be sleeping.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is the kids will be at their mom's, and Olivia, I think, will probably work. Now that Blaine's out of the playoffs, Connor's gonna do nothing. They're at their mom's. We'll turn off the lights, and yeah,
I like it.
I'm not.
I do usually when Taylor wouldn't be home, I would put a table out in front of the front door. And
Yeah,
put
you did it up.
mini Gatorades.
Yeah, you
and
like.
just say this monster works overnights. Don't ring my fucking doorbell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been throwing breadcrumbs at the kids. So the kids are 9.
yeah.
So next Halloween they'll be 10.
No shit.
At what point are you done trick or treating? I don't remember.
13, 14?
Connor went last year, but with a couple of buddies,
You go with buds, but like
and the whole time though he was like, "Yeah, we're too old for this."
How old was he then?
13.
so
13
a
last
couple
year?
more years. But so I'll go this year. It's Friday night.
Oh, it'd be great.
Go to
Push Nash around.
No, Nash. Well, Nash ain't coming.
What?
That's the point of the breadcrumbs, Maddie. Is they do trick or treating in Lakeville with their mom.
Yep.
They have for 9 years.
Oh, okay.
Next year, Nash will be walking. He'll be 1. He'll be in a real
Wagon.
costume.
Pumpkin.
He'll be chilling in a wagon. Yeah.
No, he can walk. He'll be
most of the
he'll
way,
be a
but
year.
he'll be in the wagon for half of it.
He'll
You know
be
how
a
it
year
goes,
and a
man.
half though. It'll be his first year trick or treating.
Yeah.
So I've told the kids,
He's gonna need your help.
you're coming this way
Yeah.
because we ain't,
Changing of the
It's-
guard, passing of the torch.
So I
Pretty
don't.
soon
I
they'll
don't
be
think
going to
somebody's gonna be
Faribault
very
schools, dude.
happy, but it's like
I have a
that's
feeling.
one thing. I've of that point. I'll have done 9. I'm gonna have to shift my focus
The
to the
thing,
baby.
the thing is Layla's clever enough
Yeah.
that she'll be trick or treating when she's 17, just because she'll keep saying, "Well, I got to take Nash out."
She'll come home. She'll be
Yeah.
throwing 10 Tootsie Rolls in a baggie at a time.
Well, that's what
sealing them.
that's
bringing
what
them
they
to
said.
school, parting them out.
That's what they said too. Is they're like, well, is he even able to eat the candy?
Exactly. No.
Do we get the candy?
Sure. Why not? Commission.
You know, these kids are clever. I'm driving them home the other day. We're talking about the wedding and all this. Parker has lightened up quite a bit from the time
To Chan.
Yep.
Okay.
That we got together till now.
Yeah.
And he's still funny though, because he had this poster for school he had to do. And part of it was draw a family.
Oh, fuck.
And so I'm going through it, and I told her about this, and it's, you know, mom and dad and Ava and Kinley and Nash and Layla and the dog. And I said, well, where's Chantel? Well, she's not part of my family.
Oh,
and I said, well, buddy, I said, she is.
Oh,
No, she's a part of your family. And I said, well, that makes her a part of your family too, buddy. But again, I've told them,
that fucker.
you know, when you mix families, it's difficult. But you know, he's, like I said, he's very nice. He doesn't not like her. He's just a mama's boy.
Oh, 100%.
So it's very hard. And so Layla's sitting there explaining, well, Parker, it's okay. You know, it's like I have two moms.
Yeah.
Now you have two moms. And if mom got married, we'd have two dads. And she goes, but I wouldn't be okay with that. And Parker goes, so we can have two moms, but you can't have two dads. And he goes, that's racist.
Oh, I love it.
And I go, well,
Yeah,
buddy,
it is.
no, it's not. And
I
he
like
goes,
it.
well, no, that's racist.
I like it.
And I said, well, so then I had to explain racism. Like I said, this isn't a short ride home. This was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I said, if anything, it's sexist, but it's not really sexist. I said, maybe it's familyist. I said, I can't even put a word on
Favoritism.
for
but
what
yeah,
this
it's okay.
conversation, you know, is. And I'm like,
God bless
my
you, dude.
God, dude. Just 24 questions all the time.
That's funny.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Layla is a double standard.
yeah.
See, it's funny part is Parker won't treat Shan as mom, but Greggy's kids all call me uncle.
Yeah.
Well, having
Oh,
a funkle, you know, I have other kid, you know, where I'm the uncle too.
Of course, yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You know, it's easier to accept a fake uncle or a fun uncle
I hope so.
than it is, you know.
Mom.
I grew up with a stepdad. He was a douchebag.
Oh yeah. No
but
beans.
he
No
was a
beans.
douchebag.
No beans.
Which
you
is
know,
which
the
is
nice thing that they're gonna get from this is they're still
A sweet
young
mom.
and they're gonna see a healthy relationship and what that should look like.
Sure.
A healthy home.
yeah, and that's the important thing. But it's also important, I think, that in this case, Chantel, when she finds an opening, now obviously Parker hasn't given her that opening yet.
Beat his ass.
No, to create your own relationship. Like
Oh, I was
my
gonna-
stepdad, Bill.
Instill some fear.
Bill does not want any of our kids to call him grandpa or any version of
Sure.
grandpa. He's just Bill.
Yeah.
And he says that, he goes, because I wasn't around when you guys were kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not grandpa. I'm not
Sure.
your, and just like at the same time, you have me, for example.
Yep.
I mean, the athletic director at my high school, I'm named after
Yep.
Uncle Greg.
Uncle
The
Greg.
head coach of the football team, who's one of the top 5 winningest high school football coaches in the nation, I've only referred to as Uncle Bill.
Yep.
You know, but
Billy
I've
Bob.
known them my whole life.
Right.
They coached with my dad since before I was born.
Right.
Yep.
So it just makes things easier.
Yep.
You know, and it's and
And
I
that
think-
is family.
and it is something where I think it's a level of respect that you can give someone a title that's
Yeah.
not quite family, but yet more than a friend.
Right. 100%.
You know.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Well, happy Halloween.
yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
They're fucking tearing the place down back there.
Oh, we got renovations going on here. We got a bunch of new cases at Absolute Sports. Bunch new cases. Come on in. Tons of good stuff. Filling it up. Other than that, yeah.
Here's one thing that
Go ahead.
because there's negotiations going on right now, I do want to correct something that we brought up a couple episodes ago
Oh, fuck.
that turned into a reel,
Fact check.
not fact check.
Okay, good.
It's we have to get over it.
Yeah.
And Mike, you need to be better at picking your reels.
What happened?
Stop saying things, stop slamming the WNBA because it's unwatchable or it's bad product. That is such a naive take
What do you
It's
mean?
not supposed to be. Okay, first of all, I think that Angel Reese and anyone that says we deserve to get paid as much as NBA players, that's stupid.
Okay, we
Anyone
agree
who's
on
ever
that.
taken an economics class understands how stupid that is. But it's not designed to be the female equivalent of the NBA. It's a different type of basketball.
Then why call it the WNBA?
What do you mean?
What's that?
But okay,
Okay, what do you always hear about the NBA? They play above the rim.
Why don't you call it the Harlem Boob Trotters?
No, because it's not fake.
no, I
It's-
know what
it's a
you're saying,
different. It's like softball and baseball.
but
They aligned it, Greggy.
They-
The
they-
WNBA.
They aligned it. They aligned it together for economics.
Well, yeah,
you can
because
play in the same building.
it's
Well, people-
broke.
no, but okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
what?
of course it is. But my point is that the reason why it's broke
Yes,
is because there's two different types of people. There's the Angel Reese idiots of the world who think we're not going to play unless we're getting paid LeBron James money.
right.
And then there's people like you who say it sucks because it's not the NBA. It's not supposed to be. It's women playing basketball.
The
And they
shitty-
play a
yeah.
different brand
The
of basketball, chest pass, bounce pass, jump shot, set, pivot in the lane. All of that fundamental basketball that I've been teaching kids for years
Sure.
is what the WNBA is. It's very fundamental basketball.
But what
And
I
the reason why people don't like it is because they expect LeBron James and they expect all these things that they're not.
No, I get that. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that the product is basketball,
Yes,
and it's a shit product of basketball.
it's the product. Is it a shit product because you expect it to be something it's not?
No, I just want it to be fun to watch.
Yeah, but maybe
Scoring's fun.
yes.
Even in regular basketball, NBA, if the score was, 60 to 62,
I mean, don't sit here and act.
do you know what I'm saying?
From the top of the mountain, Greg, that when you're flipping through the channels,
I never would. I would never watch it. But yet I'm not slamming them for something they're not, and I'm not their target audience.
I didn't slam them, and
I'm
I
not
will
their
have
target
you know
audience.
that was our most talked about reel, Greg. Controversial.
Yeah, people calling you an idiot.
Hey, it gets the clicks, Greggy.
It's the clicks.
It gets the clicks.
But
If
you know
all
how many
I'm
people
saying
commented?
is they've had women's football.
Yeah.
Wasn't successful. There are certain things that women do that is more entertaining to watch, even when it comes to athletics. There are certain things that we can watch. We do it all the time when it comes to like the Olympics and things like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Simone Biles, that was fun to watch.
yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to basketball, it's a slower game. When it
Yes.
comes to football, it's a slower game. So you're going to have less fans, which makes it a shittier product.
And my
Because
point,
it's not as fun to watch.
my point on that reel that I got attacked on, Greggy,
yeah, you did.
was that if as a business, it's not profitable,
Correct.
which means
So
it
it
should be
shouldn't be around.
droppable. Correct.
Okay,
It's
I
propped up by the men's sport.
agree with that part.
They
Yeah,
pay- they pay for it. If any business is unprofitable, if they don't sell cards,
Yeah.
this is going to
Shit.
be a coffee shop.
sure.
Yeah. I
But
don't-
this isn't owned by some big Spalding. Spalding doesn't own Absolute
It's
Sports
almost like the
Cards,
big
so it
three.
can be
Like
unprofitable.
the big three,
and they just stay alive and
E-
have fun.
even the big three, that little league,
Yep.
they make enough money to be profitable. Guess what? Shit product. I
Terrible.
still don't watch that.
Nope.
And it's dudes. So it's less about who's dribbling and more. And I can't even watch the regular NBA. So there's that.
But
can
no,
watch
but,
and-
but you got to give the big three their flowers because they stand on their own product.
Yeah, and they don't.
They market their own way to be able to stand on their
So
own.
Caitlin Clark, will
But
have
it
a
is
big three of
unwatchable.
her own here real soon.
well, okay. So to Mike's point, and no, Mike, I agree with you. If it was just a standalone business, they would be gone. They've been gone in year 3.
sure.
I understand that. But my older brother right now is celebrating his wife's birthday
Yep.
in Manhattan.
Yep.
Matt, you put a comment, saw it on Facebook.
Yep.
That McDonald's in the background, right on Times Square, probably one of the most profitable McDonald's in the world. They lose more money. Every one of those businesses in Times Square
Because of the
loses
rent.
so much money,
Yeah.
Yep. Because of the
but
rent.
they put them there for advertising
Convenience.
purposes.
It's marketing,
It's
100%.
all marketing. So when you look at the the NBA's books, if they were smart, they would move all of that WNBA money into their marketing budget.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're doing is they're trying to,
Sure.
because now what you're doing is you now have
A write-off.
women and all these other things. You have your write-off that you need, but you have all these other things. But what they need to do is you need to promote your sport for what it is, not for what the Matt Benzes and the Mike Reeves and the Greg Bowmans of the world expect it to be.
Yep.
And if they would do that,
and that's why they have the rivalries that they're trying to build.
Yes.
The WNBA.
They're trying to
want to do it as the NBA did.
they're trying to create a
work.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. And the problem is those guys actually liked each other.
Yeah.
You know, and they came all the same time.
And it's just a bunch of women.
I'd watch if they were in those volleyball shorts.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Like, how hasn't professional women's volleyball turned into a full-time thing? Because that's fun to watch, at least. Like, it's back and forth action, big saves, big digs. Yeah. Mikey's a big volleyball guy.
I love volleyball.
Are you retired?
Yes.
All right, good. We got it right.
I haven't made my announcement, but god damn it.
Twist. Dead. Thank God, dude. Peace up. A-Town down, dude.
Twist.
What was that?
Press the wrong button.